Hello, and welcome to another Rangaroo cast. So me, Rangaroo, and today we are doing a 1v1 on a nuclear winter. It's coming a map I haven't seen in a little bit. So anyway, on the left hand side, in blue, playing this blue 4, he got never lucky, and hopefully he will be lucky today. Yo, I wouldn't say never. And on the right hand side, in red, playing as red 4, once again we got Ronin, Iceman, and it seems Iceman is playing a general blue 4 deck, while Never Lucky is playing a general blue 4 deck. So rather standard stuff. You are seeing general blue pretty much being the meta right now. It has overtaken the common Ralph and Eastern Bloc meta, it seems. And of course, this is a nuclear winter is coming, so the flanks are the most important part. And let's see how our opponents do on that. As it seems like Never Lucky sending quite a big force up to try and attack Hotel, while Ronin also doing the same thing. And good thing he has some sort of AA unit shooting those helicopters as they try to land into the town, some SAS to harass. And we've also SAS landing into Delta, or in the middle of Delta Alpha Charlie. It's kind of no man's land of towns. And always rushing early on with SAS is usually a very good strategy. It's not tactically outplay strategy, but getting them in the front lines because they can shoot down the helicopters quickly, and they can hold their own against infantry. Pretty much just a very general force to have on the front. Good for dealing with anything, and it seems like Iceman is just going to settle down in the hotel as Never Lucky pretty much has his force ready to attack through. We do have an M1A1 Abrams here, so the Leopards are definitely going to focus fire on that tank. Who's 90s taking some fire. That Abrams is definitely going to be a pain in the butt. And oh, this isn't good for Never Lucky. He didn't send anything to Alpha. Fortunately for him, Ronin has set up a lot of his scary forces in this town instead of moving them through here. So it seems like he's going to be able to get at least some Fusilier 90s into the town part, but he doesn't have control over the bottom. And that is all. You never want, if you're playing on the left hand side, you never want to leave Alpha open. You always want to get something in there immediately. Because even though, yes, you can capture from Bravo, it just seems like for the red hand side on the right, they can rather quickly get into the point. It's just one straight road into it. So you always want to get stuff in there. And Iceman just content and holding on to Hotel, as Never Lucky tries to maneuver around his force to try and attack the point. And Iceman maneuvering Sayat 13s around the forest. Because of his rather passiveness, he could have got a lot more units into the town. I think he's not going to capture it. As we do have some Shumats and Fusiliers in there. Even T-55s and a Macbeth. Or Magats. To help attack, and there things are rather quiet. Ronin actually, taking very heavy losses down here. The M1 Abrams did get killed. Never Lucky doesn't have that much infantry anymore, so all he's going to do is get some APCs into the forest. And I do like how he's using the infantry transports as cover, so Nanisiki can move up untouched. And the Leopard Verkins setting up. Going to be getting some kills. The RBS going to be firing this ATGMs, and it's just going to be an easy one shot. Yeah, very risky maneuver. Never Lucky immediately bringing up infantry reinforcements to try and hold on to the hotel. Because he pretty much has his forest under his control of a rather token force, and if you hold on to his forest on hotel, you're pretty much set, because you can start off reinforcements from being brought up with some real place ATGMs, and from the air you starve its northern town and attack right into it with a big infantry assault. Now Ronin has managed to get some 13 guys into Alpha, as it is a fight between both points. Even though Ronin is getting pushed out and he's losing Hotel, he does have a very nice +2 point advantage at 154. So he can breathe quite easily if he does lose some areas. You do have a CV being brought up onto Foxtrot to neutralise that point advantage. And some Panzerbills fire away with their very inaccurate cannon. Well, funny how it's 37% accuracy, considering it's a 37mm gun. Accuracy to be brought up to provide some fast support with their ridiculous amount of machine guns. And as you can see, Mordaka is usually the ray to fix most problems. And that's dropping in some bombs hitting AMX 30 B2s. The Panzerbills move up, they're just going to get rocket launched. And Neverlucky just has good control over that forest. It's just now about attacking into Hotel. So Iceman does have also complete control over Delta, which isn't as big as a point, even though it's slap bang in the middle. But if he does capture it, it still will be a nice plus run. And he is pushing the Fusiliers out of Alpha rather effectively. Because those Special Forces infantry do kick the regular infantry arse. So it seems like it's going to be Neverlucky captures Hotel unless his force that's coming up right now can stop him. Leopard Verkin just getting some snipes on the AMX 30s. The battle between German and French, or kind of Dutch, he's a German tanker. Killing both AMXs, and now he's going to go into the Commando Paras. That's what I mean, you hold those British, you hold Hotel. Kernat's dropping in some bombs, almost killing the Slayats, but not enough, yo. As LBS 70s are in position to shoot down helicopters, trying to get the links. There's literally one Fusilier and one Shumat left. Neverlucky manoeuvring some infantry around the top hand side, and he is pretty much cleared to go in there. If only one Slayat in there, he can easily capture the point. But Ronin Iceman is flanking around through the Delta Forest with the M8 Panzerbills, and I'm really loving the use of the M8 Greyhound here. Because even though their gun is rather crap, they're so good for maneuver tactics. Because they move so fast, I believe at 100 kilometers an hour? Yeah, 95 kilometers an hour off-road for 15 points. The gun isn't good. It fires a lot. It's not accurate. It doesn't do much damage. But when you want to, break through enemy lines, you use M8 Greyhound. Here, we do have an M60 being brought up. Obviously, it's really version. Is this the cheaper version? Or is this a 70 point run? Which is actually pretty good for 70 points. The only thing really lacking is frontal armor. I mean, trophy frontal armor isn't exactly great. 10 points or 15, yeah, like 10 points more, you get an IPA which just says 15. Which is a big deal going from 12 to 15 frontal armor. It seems like Neverlucky now has complete control over Alpha now. Or almost. He just has to capture his bottom hand forest. Got more Slayats being brought up. Run does get hit from... Oh! Killing both of those. That is a rather expensive loss here. If he just unloaded them, he could have beaten the SAS in a straight on fight. Because the SAS don't have an infantry machine gun. All they have is that M16 assault rifle. We've got CV being brought up into Alpha, and that CV is going to bring a very nice +2 point advantage onto Never Lucky. And if he's feeling extra ballsy, you get a CV on the Hotel, and that'll be a +4. And with a +4 point advantage, you could very, very quickly catch up to Iceman. We have some Fusilier 90s flanking through the forest once again to try and get into that town, if only a 2-mat squad or 1 2-mat man to stop him. They do get easily overrun, and the SAS and Stormers are rather low in terms of manpower. Now, if these 2M60s, if they can position themselves correctly, they can provide fire support. It seems like he's moving to run through the bottom hand side to try to cut off reinforcements from coming through the forest. And the second one maneuvering up top. The Stormers are doing a very good job against Fusiliers, as Fusiliers do make a mistake of jumping out of the town, but now they are inside and they are going ham at it. Yes, that's also helping out. A rather deadly exchange of CQC fire. The Stormers are going to be slightly outnumbered in that engagement, and the government are now pushing their way through the town, trying to deal with the Stormers, as it's very token force holds on to what is left of Ronin's hotel. I wonder if there's actually a good hotel in this sector. Doesn't seem to be, though. Maybe a motel. But nothing above the 2-star range, I fear. As we've got SAS being brought up. And it seems like Ronin's actually doing a very good job retaking the hotel. We've got Syed 13 moving through the forest. They're easily going to beat the Stormers and Fusiliers. Because knocking out Leopard was definitely the big factor in allowing Iceman to move up, because now he doesn't have to worry about being shot by tank fire as he crosses the open field. And it seems like this is going to come down to Alpha being under Never Lucky's control and the hotel being under Ronin. But Ronin is going to come out on top in that scenario because he has Delta under his rule. So that's going to bring in a nice little plus run. Still, once again, it's going to be down to Never Lucky to continue attacking. That's exactly right. It's doing a counter-attack into the hotel. There's some Turan 5s and infantry guys, some Canadian Airborne 90. Riding their beautiful bison into battle would be a little bit more appropriate if they were called mooses or mises, rather the plural for mooses. So I going at it with the Canadian Airborne, but the Airborne do have support of the Turan 5. And I'm going to come out on top as Airborne. Oh, rather powerful force to go over in the first place. Very good shock force. Speaking of shock, we got attack into Charlie here. There's a straight on the show from Never Lucky. Moving in the SAS and Stormers as he moves through. Now, they have the Pantherbills on the side, getting some side shots into his APC force and the AMX 30B2 as well. 2 Mirage is being brought up to keep the skies clear, stopping any planes from dropping bombs. Now he is bringing up a lot of infantry, but it seems like he's going to need some sort of tank, I think. There you go, a Leopard Virkin. As Mirage 2000s, one do get shot down, the other one is going to get out of here. And Never Lucky actually moving the Airborne to flank into Delta from a rather sneaky position. And this is going to work rather well. There's nothing to stop him, and it's only an M38. He does get spotted in his maneuver. So the CV is going to start booking it as reinforcements do get brought up. And it's going to be so close. The gearbox does get hit. And that gearbox hit. Oh, it survives just barely. Moving at a whopping 20 kilometers an hour, heavily damaged. The airborne just needs to sneeze on it if they want to get the kill. As the SDR is trying to protect it. Oh, the poor little CV. Gonna get out. Oh. 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 Oh, there we go. It was too good to last, but that was a good kill from the flank from Neverlucky. Buying him a little bit more time. You know, he still needs to catch up by like 60 points, I want to say. But the thing is that he does have the bottom Charlie under his control. He is moving through to try to capture the all-important Udall Forest. Trying 13 hits and lack of Guns, and it's a rather good defensive line from Ronin setting up in the town. As an M1A on Abrams does take hits from the Leopard, almost getting killed to it. So close to losing that tank. And the airborne just taking a nice little vacation in Delta behind enemy lines. We've got a 10 RC to stop anything else from crossing that bridge. And here we go, the government's moving through, trying to push the SDS out of the town, but well, the problem is, if they're going to cover like 200 meters of ground, and we have an autocannon unit here, and other such stuff, it's going to make it rather costly to do such a maneuver. As Neverlucky does get Stormers into Charlie to rouse storm their place. And a Bradley reconnaissance who set up to cover the open ground. And Ronin's still in that very... Oh! That was a very good maneuver from Ronin. Killing the CV and Alpha and asking to give him an even bigger point lead. And force Neverlucky to buy another CV, which is 100 points down the bucket. And with only 8 minutes left, Neverlucky has a huge goal to catch up to. It's going to be very hard to get that point advantage unless he can completely capture Charlie as well. And there we go, bringing up the CV to Alpha. Oh, he's actually going to bring up the Humvee to capture Alpha, using the infantry CV to hold on to Charlie, which is probably the smarter idea because the infantry CV will definitely be a harder target. Now we may want to move it into the forest, here we go, as it is under cover by quite a few tanks. There we go, McCurva Ray, trying to clear the way through, but the Leopard once again gets a very nice kill. Those Leopard Verkins are crazy good units, just due to the reconnaissance optics, and even though 15 AP doesn't seem like a lot, in the right place with a good side shot you can kill a lot of stuff, and at closer range it does do more armor penetration power. As Jackson John making a rather deadly assault across the open ground, getting hit by the 56 RBS. It actually seems like that's it always had 8 missiles, because that's a lot of missiles for an ATGM squad. It is a 5-man squad, so it does make sense. And now we've got a lot of infantry in here for Neverlucky. He's catching up by +2. 4 minutes left. He could, if he holds on to the +2, he can win the match. You know, if he can kill the CV and Charlie, that will be even better. And it seems like that is what he's going for. This is going to be very close. The Ronin Iceman needs to get some sort of CV sniper, but it doesn't seem to be the case anywhere. The infantry CV has been completely surrounded. Let's just get a nice zoom in on this assault. There's some light infantry so moving up. The Stormers take some heavy fire. And they do get completely killed. And Neverlucky only on the plus run, but he does have point advantage over Iceman, and that is the big deal here. Now you even got an A10 Thunderbolt in your deck, which is a rather ballsy maneuver. I do love seeing the Thunderbolt in action, but it's only useful under very set, very specific circumstances. No circumstances being, no enemy AA in sight, absolutely none. And it's not finding any targets. I mean, that Ronin 3, thankfully it's out of ammo for the A10. It does get a kill, shooting down a helicopter of all things. And oh, the infantry CV does get sniped, and the hotel CV also gets sniped by Gazelle Cannon. And then Overlucky now has his completely in the bag. Iceman gonna surrender, that's gonna be a GG. And very close on the kills there, only a 200 point kill advantage exactly between both players. Not even a friendly fire in sight, which is always good to see. Good fire control, yeah. And how that's ended up playing out is both sides went for different flanks, but they messed up attacking the flanks pretty much. Never Lucky didn't manage to capture Hotel, Iceman couldn't capture Alpha, and they were both in a good position to do so. They just, I think they needed to be a little bit aggressive on those flanks, and well, Never Lucky wasn't just gonna stand idly by after losing Hotel, and he just put straight through into Charlie. No stops. He sent everything he had, and it played. Yeah, it was a good play. There wasn't much here from Iceman, and he managed to slowly whittle down and completely capture the point, gain the point advantage, and win with some good CV snipes. And both sides did some pretty good CV snipes. And I'm going to leave it off at that. It's been another Rainbow Cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.